Hey leaders, so glad to have you with us. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Kirsten Hoffman, and today we're talking about what is the purpose of small groups, which some of you I'm sure have been doing this for years and you've got a really clear why in your mind. Some of you, maybe same story, but you've got some really squirrely kids and small groups going kind of rough and you just need that reminder of like, why are we even doing this? So really, the purpose of small groups is connection. And as a church, we are all about Jesus and helping others meet, know, and follow him. And the same purpose applies to our small group. We long to see every student connect with the Lord first and foremost. And we know that as humans, relationship is a great way to do that. So there are 3 points of connection that we're looking for in a small group: connecting students with God, with leaders, and with one another. So with leaders is a super important part of small groups. Your part is a super important part of small groups. Research has shown that students who have at least 5 caring adults in their lives have better outcomes for their future than students who don't. So we have a really practical research-based reason for why we do what we do. How cool is it for parents to have another caring adult saying the same thing that they say, just in a different voice that's maybe received a little bit better? It's also really powerful for students to have a godly example in their life. No matter which stage of life you're in, if you're a single adult, if you're married, if you're a parent, students get to look at you and see, what does it look like to be a follower of Jesus living life in that stage? It's a really powerful thing to be able to see what that looks like and to see it on someone other than their mom or dad. So we also want to have students connect with one another. And this is a really practical part of community and probably a big part of why you are a part of the small group that you are a part of. We do small groups by grade and gender. There are a lot of ways that you can divide people. We do it that way. And there are some cool things that come up in that. First of all, students aren't necessarily with the people that they would always pick to sit with at school or be best friends with. But that to me is a beautiful example of the body of Christ, where our common factor is Jesus. And we learn how to love one another in really practical and biblical ways. So you get to set that tone for your small group by putting them together with other people in their same stage of life. They're going to learn how to reconcile with one another, how to ask for forgiveness, how to let somebody else go first, how to maybe shift their preferences to meet somebody else's need or preference. And we also want them to learn how to live out their faith. And doing that with other people who are in the same grade, maybe the same school, is really helpful because there's going to be a lot of commonality with the things that they're experiencing. And in small groups, you kind of get to take what you hear on Sunday, hopefully what they're reading in the Word on their own, and learn how to apply that to their everyday life. All of those pieces, connecting with leaders and connecting with students, sets the tone and the relationship and really kind of becomes the vehicle for them connecting with the Lord as well. That's why we want to dive into the Word every single week. And we want to talk about how to live that out and how it applies to them. By you also bringing your relationship with the Lord and your passion for what he's showing you, it again sets that example and shows them that what we're talking about is not a religion, it's not a set of rules, but really what we're talking about, what we're offered by God, is a relationship with him through Jesus Christ. It's the best thing, it's the best news ever. Small groups is a great place for students to experience all of that. We also like to have fun together, we eat a meal together, and that really kind of metaphorically sets the table for relationship, because we also want small groups to be a place where students can bring their friends who don't yet know Jesus so that they too can meet, know, and follow him.